All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of All In. As you already know, we already go all in on the Dolphins. As always, with me, I got Alejandro Finale Ortega
I'm already in my seat, ready for Sunday, boys.
and
Woo!
Martin, fake Dolphin, with us as always.
This guy.
Man, the Dolphins 4-1 now, guys. After 5 weeks, we're a little bit more over a quarter of the season through the way. Skinny, let's start with you. What are your thoughts, man?
Thoughts on how far we've gotten now, or thoughts for Sunday, for last
No,
Sunday?
I mean, just your thoughts in general, quarter
I
way
mean,
through the season.
technically, we're off to a good start. I don't think anyone projected we would go 4-1, and we thought, going on the road to Los Angeles to face the Chargers would have been a tough task. Luckily, we pulled that one off, and we are beating the teams that we should beat. So that's a good note. But as we know, our real tests are those marquee matchups with Philly and Kansas City. Those are going to be the teams that really show us what we have here. But at least the Dolphins are not doing what the Dolphins have done in the past. We're playing and beating the teams we should. And that's the most important thing. We're 4-1 right now. Got to be happy.
Martin, let's hear it from you, man.
Yeah,
4-1.
yeah, I'm gonna agree. Other than the Bills' loss, which I feel like it's gonna be the turning point for this franchise moving forward, we need to beat the best team in the division to become the best team. Other than that, I feel like after 5 weeks, you can't really complain of what you received. You got a good passing game and you got a good running game. Obviously, injuries have played a part in either the O line or now the running backs. Waddle being out a couple weeks, so for those key pieces to get out, some part of the season already so early, and we're still 4-1. You got to be happy.
Martin, I want to ask you a question. I see you're wearing a shirt there to a
I'm.
Dolphins podcast.
Mhm.
Well, what does that shirt say, sir?
I am surrounded by idiots.
Is is
I'm,
that
I'm
what you
not. I'm
feel
not gonna
about
fight
us?
him. I'm not gonna fight him on that.
No, I mean Dolphins 4-1. That's a great start. Like I mentioned before, and you guys have mentioned critical matchups. The Bills loss is a big one. You always want to get the Bills, especially away. So when you come back home later in the seasons, it's not a critical game for the playoffs. But other than that, great start. Let's get into the game that we just played this past Sunday with the Giants. Dude, I honestly thought that we can mollywop these people, get through them, run right through the freaking D line, throw over the freaking DBs, but we didn't see most of that to me. Martin, let me hear your thoughts in the game.
Yeah, although we weren't as efficient as you want to be playing a team like the Giants, or what they've shown this year at least, you would expect it a little more, a little cleaner. But it's good. Get those out the way. Again, coming off the butt whooping, the ass whooping, I'm gonna say it, that we got from the Bills.
Yeah.
Although we beat the Giants, it wasn't pretty, but we got the stats are there to show that we were actually dominating them in some form or fashion. Like again, we didn't beat them by a lot. We beat them by 2 touchdowns, maybe 15 points, whatever the case may be. You can't really be mad about it. There was some throwing errors that he made, but it's week 5. You're gonna clean them up. I don't really see a big deal in it, but it was only not a big deal because we were playing a team that was inferior to us. So there's a lot to improve on.
That's the thing right there. I was like, if we play a decent team on Sunday,
Yeah, it's a
that
different
game
game.
is probably a nail biter or maybe a loss. Luckily, the little Giants, they suck. And imagine our defense. I'm not gonna give them a lot of credit. They did what they're supposed to do. They suck. You held them
Yeah.
down. I think they only allowed 6 points off 2 field goals. That's fine. But we need to clean it up. To me, it was a little sloppy. We got to clean up our offense on that go, giving up a pick 6. Typically, I'm not too
Yep.
worried about this because Tua's lights out normally in the red zone. But when that field got tighter, we saw him try to force a pass to Waddle, and we saw that the offense was trying to just give him the ball, and make it happen since we haven't got much of them this season. But definitely a lot to clean up, but we got another tune-up game coming now on Sunday, so hopefully things get fixed up.
Gentlemen, I want to ask you because it was mentioned the Little Giants. Are you guys happy we didn't see the annexation of Puerto Rico this weekend, or?
I'm actually a little
It would have been
disappointed. I just
exciting.
heard that.
It would have been exciting. Not gonna lie.
We're lucky Icebox wasn't out there either. It was a freaking great game. Great that we got the win, but like I mentioned, we should have dominated. I want to ask you guys, since you guys see what I saw out there, what's your flop?
Who
It
let
has
us
to
down
be.
this game? Go, Martin.
It has to be. I wouldn't say let down, but I guess the one that underperformed compared to others. And again, the stats were pretty deceiving because he ended up with 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So the stats were there, but it was crucial points that I saw that he kind of forced a lot of passes. That pick six was not, something you want to see going against the Giants, but. I can't really blame him. Like, again, he was trying to do a little too much, maybe. But did he play horrible? I can't really say he did. Usually, I would be the one to be like, all right, bro, you threw 2 picks in crucial situations versus a team you shouldn't. But there again, it was the Giants. I really wasn't worried about it. It happens. Get him out of the way now.
Martin, let me come back to you. You said you feel like he was trying to do a little bit too much. Do you think that's more on him, or you think that's more on the coaching, being in the red zone?
That's him.
We should be running the ball.
He does that. He does that. This is one of my, I guess, my newer knocks. I've said it, but I guess this is what I'm pointing out because whatever, I'm giving a little more longer leash for him. He tries to force in a lot of passes. I feel like he thinks, or again, whatever. You guys are gonna see it as a knock. I think he thinks he has a stronger arm than he really does. So he tries to put it into these windows that I'm like, yes, he has keyhole accuracy, according to you guys, whatever. But the arm strength,
accurate.
that the arm strength is not there, and I feel like he sets up a lot of receivers. If you don't, I see it. I don't know. Maybe not everybody does. And obviously, that pick six was one of those situations. It's like, where the hell were you throwing it? You forcing it. There was nobody to throw it to.
Let's not forget that play shouldn't have even happened because the play right before it was a defensive pass interference that wasn't called.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
It should have been right there on the one, and hopefully we would have got a punch in from Mostert.
You can't expect for penalties to be called all the time, bro. Officiating isn't perfect, bro.
If they
Officiating isn't
called on
perfect.
Cater versus the Bills, where he didn't turn around or anything, so guess what? I expect it to be the same way when it comes to our house.
Bro,
it has to be.
If you're gonna sit here and think that officiating is gonna be perfect every week, and it's gonna be, well, then there's no then. The whole it wouldn't have happened makes no sense. It did happen. He threw the interception. He shouldn't have thrown it, and that's where we are.
All right, that's enough from you, Martin.
I didn't like the play because there really was nothing open. It was like only everything to the left. All right, everything was covered. Well, all right, he should have thrown it in the ground. You got to throw it away. But you got to be a little smarter on that, man.
I just want to point out, 2-4, Martin won this season. Just want to say that. Alejandro, what's your flop?
It's hard to say because you don't want to nitpick after a win. You don't want to be that miserable fucking fan to say negatives after a loss. The only thing that I really saw that we really couldn't stop on defense were the slants. I don't know why we weren't making adjustments. I feel like even though we didn't get many points, they didn't get many points on the board. We were getting gashed. First down on easy slants. Like, get on it. Make some.
Waller had his best game versus us. Waller had by far his best game of the season versus us. And it's linebackers. Linebackers have been our weak spot. They've gotten better every week, I will say, but they're nowhere near where they should be for this defense. It is so far the weakest part. Although they picked on Cater Kohu, whatever, a couple weeks ago versus the Bills, or last week versus the Bills, whatever you want to say at this point. Linebackers last 3 years has been our weak spot. So
when would it end?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Teams are gashing the middle of the field on us. Like if it's Friday the 13th all over again. Guys, I just want to say I felt like the flop for us. I don't know how to put this. I guess I could say it was the defense. I felt like we should have got more.
Really
get this guy out of here. Get this guy.
I mean,
they got 7 sacks. They got 7 sacks.
But you should have. You should have. That's the thing. Like,
ostracized me all week.
Hold up. This is the NFL. This is the NFL. Hold up. This is the NFL.
So you're not going to cut me off right now.
I don't care what team you are. This is not a normal thing to do. 7 sacks is not normal.
They were down 3 starters. Stop that. Stop
The
like
it.
defense
Steve,
Daniel
had
but-
Jones
seven
is hot
sacks.
garbage.
Seven
Stop it.
sacks.
bro, don't give
That
credit
is
where
not
it's not due,
normal.
man.
That's not normal. That is not something you see. Not even Madden. Like Madden is like you need to play on rookie and you'll get a fucking sack 7 times in a game. That's
Yeah,
not. It's the
do it against
NFL.
Buffalo.
It
Do it
is
All right,
against
good,
that
Philly.
Harden,
that
but just the fact
that
that they
that is
were
a
getting
stupid knock.
easy
That is my
yardage
opinion. That
on
is a
it.
stupid knock. Yardage is one thing. They're making plays. 7 sacks. We haven't seen it all year
Well, the
until
good
now,
thing,
and you got to be happy to get it wherever you do get it. And 7 sacks, no matter who the team is, no matter what happens, it is 7 sacks.
I mean, I said it at the beginning. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but you want to say it, and it's not a knock to the whole defense. I just felt like we should have played a little bit more up, maybe some press. But I know that's not our
Why?
defense
That's
anymore.
not only
It's
that.
not.
The Giants suck. Who cares? Why are you gonna play aggressive on a team that sucks? If you're getting 7 sacks and not being aggressive, that sounds like a win.
You never let your foot off the pedal when you're going full speed, man.
You don't
So,
reach the pedal.
I do for some time now. But moving on, we're gonna go into the turn. We're gonna talk about been the turning point for us. I don't want to focus just on this game. Like I said, it was nothing explosive. I'm gonna change it up for a little bit for you guys. What's been the turning point for this team so far through 5 games now this season?
Do you want to start?
Let's start with I mean, I'll start, but I just want to say the O line. The O line has been terrific up to this point.
Austin
No,
fucking Jackson.
yeah, I never knocked him. I just like no, I haven't knocked him. You won't catch any tape of me knocking him either. Um,
I got
Are
I got
you
receipts.
sure about that?
I got receipts.
all right, pull him.
I got receipts.
Austin Jackson, man, has been great. Remember,
Amazing.
He took what, a year and a half off of football before coming into the NFL. And I feel like he's fully back, healthy, his full form. He's understanding the game. He's reading things better. But just the whole O line in general, you got guys going into different spots. Kendall Lamb, Isaiah Wynn. I'm not gonna mention Eichenberg. That guy is just wow. I still
guess
can't
what?
get over
A
his
for effort. A for effort.
Guess who's playing center this week?
Is Connor or no?
No, Connor's going to be taking a rest week. He's not practicing. So since it's looking like a layup game, we are definitely getting Liam Eichenberg at center.
We're gonna get the
Doesn't that
meme
make
of him
it
pushing the
easy?
tank. Boom. But yeah, man, I will say the O line. Martin, on to you.
I think it's the unveiling of running game. Mr. McDaniels actually remembered that he knew how to do this, and Achane has been the biggest bright spot. I guess people are gonna say Hill again, but if it's not Achane, I like nobody knew this was gonna happen. I don't care who watches college football, who whatever knew or details about him. No way, nobody saw that guy was gonna do this. The only bad part to the positive is that he is not out for 4 weeks. So whatever, he's out for 4 weeks. We know what we have for the future. That guy's a badass. He has the best vision I've seen in a running back in a very long time. And that's just my opinion. Like anybody who asks me, what's his best attribute? It's his vision, not his speed. His vision is crazy. And the fact that he is able to hit the gap once he sees it as quick as he does, it's crazy. Well, yeah. We'll see what happens. 4 weeks without him, I think we should still be fine because of the O-line and how well they've played. But I think Mostert again is still the bell cow for us. So I think this will be all right.
I do think, as amazing as the rookie has been coming in, the O-line deserves a lot of credit on those runs. He's not getting touched until like maybe 7-10 yards downfield. It's been insane what the offensive line has done. And of course, the rookie surprise coming out of nowhere. Being able to be on the field and able to hit that home run ball at any moment. It's literally game changing. But as much as I want to say Tua, I think we have to go with Coach McDaniel. He found another way to really innovate the offense, a lot motions, getting guys running already before the ball's even snapped and being able to get that advantage. And I do think there is more that hasn't been shown, but we gotta go ahead and show what we can do versus the good teams. Like I said, I'm gonna beat that into my skull forever until this team shows us that they're legit. Right now it's nice to beat the Broncos and the Giants, but if you can't beat somebody you're gonna face in the playoffs, then I can't give you the crown just yet, you know. But I think McDaniel has done phenomenal things with this offense so far.
I want to mention something. So, Martin, you said that no one really thought or not really thought.
Even if you
Nobody
thought he
really
was going to be
thought.
decent, you didn't think
Yeah,
this. Is what I'm trying to say.
I just want to point out my boy here, Skinny, drafted him high in every fantasy draft that I think he had. So,
I traded him though, man. So you can't give me that.
He's a he's
sold
well,
high. He sold high.
technically, it's worked out right now.
Oh no,
I got lucky.
I don't care, but fantasy, that's one thing, bro. Nobody thought he was going to be this good. I don't care if you thought he was going to be decent. And I feel like, if anything, everybody was like, this is the perfect situation for him because everybody's like, speed is met. Speed is it built for speed or comfort? He's built for speed. I don't know where's that from. You didn't.
You motorboated son of a bitch.
So yeah. To me, it's the situation everybody probably would have saw as being perfect, but this guy is like way beyond anybody's expectations. I think there's no way. If you called it, whatever, cool, good for you, kudos. But I really doubt anybody thought he was gonna be that good so quickly.
I mean, watching it live, man. When he took off on the sideline, I even looked at your brother here, and I was like, dude, that looked faster than Tyreek on a straightaway, which is crazy to say. It looked like he was literally just zooming straight to the end zone, and it's just insane.
Zoom it, Henry.
Zoom. No, but it's crazy. It's crazy to have just a rookie just appear on the scene like that, have so much success, be one of the leaders in touchdowns and rushing yards in the league through 5 games.
And do it in 3.
And do it in 3. Yeah, that's another thing. And do it with 10 carries in Buffalo, which he should have had another 10 at least.
And he had 11 this week only. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
But
now,
man.
Now, do you think this is a hiccup for the offense going forward for these next 4 weeks? Obviously,
100%.
We got Carolina. We got.
It's gonna suck not having him for Philly or Kansas City. That's what's gonna suck.
And I'm gonna tell you what's worse. You thought Jeff Wilson would be off the IR now, but he's gonna take another 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks to fully get going. That's gonna hurt us even more.
Savon. Don't forget about Savon. He was having a really good camp, and he's got speed too.
He wears that aqua and orange, so we wish the best.
The guy that I want is not playing, and he played last, and he put somebody on their ass. Mr. Christopher Brooks. That guy looks nasty. Ooh. I think next year when Mostert's gone, because I don't think we're paying him, Chris Brooks and De'von Achane is gonna be disgusting. That 1-2 punch. I saw it in preseason, and I think this has gonna be really good.
Listen, you gave the one undrafted guy a shout out, so I'm gonna give another one to Julian Hill, to the other undrafted guy.
Yep.
This guy is laying some blocks out there and literally just on the field shutting his fucking man down and creating lanes for these boys. So both of these guys, gems, good finds. Got to give a shout out to Greer. Absolutely.
Doesn't go unnoticed, man. All that hard work does pay off. Even the little things, the fans pick it out. Let's move on, man. Let's go on to the river. Let's talk about next game. We got the Carolina Panthers coming into town. We got rookie Bryce Young at quarterback. How do you guys think we're gonna look against them? I mean, it's a 1:00 game. It should be a steamroll like we thought the Giants are. So, Martin, let's hear it.
I think we might be underestimating Bryce Young going into his 6th game or 5th game. I think he was out of game. Thielen usually tears us up, to be honest. So I feel like he's going to be the one to find those little gaps in between behind our linebackers and kind of pick us apart there. So that's where we really need some help. But overall, I'm not really scared of the Panthers. I just feel like they might be able to, impress us a little more than we're expecting. So other than that,
I wish The Rock joined. That it was just like, shut your mouth. Dude, it's the fucking Panthers. They're defeated. I get it. Back to the PETA. You got nothing to lose and everything. Like, bro, like that's gonna be a fucking snooze fest. We're gonna go up big early. Don't hit me with the fucking trap game talks. That's not gonna happen.
I called it last year, and it happened.
Anything is possible,
bro. No way.
I'm not saying this is the trap game. I never called that, by the way. I'm just saying I think Bryce Young will get into his own and pick up pick up steam soon. Will it be versus us? I don't know.
I mean, we've had a couple people hit us up and tell us it's a trap game already. I don't see it that way. I think it should be the same thing as the Giants. If it's not a steamroll, it's a win that's gonna drag on later into the game. By the way, we do a poor job of time management. We should have ran that clock off at the end of that Giants game, but whatever. We should steamroll this team. If not, get an easy dub. It should be no problem. I do expect Tua to have a big game in this one. I see at least 250 yards, maybe 3 touchdowns. I think he's good for 2. Biggest thing is going to be finding that running back, as we were speaking again, who's going to stick out with Achane out. Skinny, let's hear from you, man.
I think by the midway through the third quarter, we have our bench warmers in. We have our second string in, and the boys are going to take a little rest. Tyreek can fucking go sit on the bench and take his IV a little early. And Waddle, you're going to ball out. You touchdown, probably first drive. That's it. Wrap it up, boys. Don't risk any injury. Start prepping for Philly. This is all what this is. It's a tune-up game.
You ready?
Work on whatever mistakes that you guys been working on. Get ready for those boys, because that's when you really got to come out and show out.
Martin, what do you got for us?
There's confidence. I like this confidence, but what happened to us last year when we were blowing out the Houston Texans at halftime, 31-0 or whatever, and they come back and almost, get into range of beating us? Just let you know.
You consider that a comeback? When we're just allowing them to score, like, all right, dink and dunk us and waste 10 minutes of drive, like, you call that a comeback?
Not literally a comeback because they didn't win, so it's not a comeback. But the fact that they made it entertaining after being up 31-0, yeah.
They made it entertaining for who? Because I was at that game. It wasn't for me. I went to the other side trying to get a Tunzo autograph. I wasn't even watching the fucking shit anymore. That shit was boring. Listen, this should be easy win. If it's a loss, panic mode, but it's not.
Hey,
there's no way.
Martin, don't call it a comeback, man. Dolphins have been here for years, man. But let's get our predictions in. Martin, what do you got us for Sunday, man?
24-7.
You got no energy.
24-7. What do you say?
I got 30-10.
30-10, Dolphins. Who's your guys' standout player?
I'm gonna say Tua. Tua has a big game, and that's in a half of football. So imagine, just like the Houston game last year, same shit.
Martin, you got anybody standing out? This guy's falling asleep over here.
I think it's Mostert. Mostert has to get it rolling now with the Achane out for 4 weeks. We need him to get back into it. No more fumbles. Get a good load of carries. And let's see who spells him, because if it's just Jeff Wilson, I don't think he's going to be anywhere near game ready, to be back into shape so quickly.
I got Dolphins winning 31-0. Your top performer will be
donut.
We need one.
With how cocky I've been, a donut's a stretch, bro.
I'll take a donut.
We need a shutout. This defense needs that tremendously, especially with getting Philly the week after. We really need that for our confidence, for our defense right now. Like I mentioned, they had a good game. They had the 7 sacks, but they let a lot of things go. So 31-0, your standout's going to be Tua for this game. Should be easy for him. I think he's going to outperform Bryce Young. Coming after, Alabama, all that stuff. So,
are you sure about that? You think Tua is going to play better than Bryce Young, bro? That's a risky call.
Hey, man, I take the lock. I take the lock. But guys, as always, thank you. This is all Finn.